Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new. I make primarily debt payoff videos and I sprinkle in some budgeting videos with some savings challenges and also some general financial advice. I do have a finance degree, but my financial advice is strictly from my personal experience. I'm not qualified to give financial advice, and I also don't know your personal situation, so I can't give you that advice. I wanted to make this video for anyone that is planning out their Christmas budget a little bit last minute, as I know a lot of people in my area are shopping for Christmas starting a couple weeks ago because of all the shortages and delays and wanting to make sure that they get gifts by Christmas time. This is also for people that are trying to plan ahead and figure out how much they should be saving for either their sinking funds throughout the year or for just saving earlier in the year, so that way you have the money come Christmas time. When people think of saving for Christmas, they usually think of only saving for gifts, but people tend to forget that there's a lot more that you should actually be planning for. And I know the past couple of years I myself have forgotten to plan for those things. And when I say Christmas in this video, I'm not referring to only Christmas. I understand that there are a bunch of holidays in December. I'm just referring to Christmas because that is personally what I celebrate. And on top of that, I live in America, and that is the most celebrated holiday out of all of the Christmas, or out of all of the December holidays. As I mentioned, people tend to think of saving for gifts, so in this video I'm going to be going a little bit deeper into how to come up with your gift saving budget, as well as 6 other things that people tend to forget that they should be saving for Christmas time. So when coming up with how much you want to save for Christmas gifts, you have to think of how many people you are going to be buying gifts for and coming up with a number on how much you want to spend on each of those people. And if it's different numbers, hold on, I will get to that in a second, but let's just say everybody is the same amount, and with that you will just multiply the amount that you want to spend on each person times the amount of people that you are spending, and that would be your base Christmas budget. And I know a lot of people want to spend more money on certain people versus others. Specifically, I know a lot of people like to spend more money on their kids versus other adults in their lives. So for that, you're just going to add how much extra you'd want to be paying towards, let's say, your kids, and that would be added to your base Christmas budget. And now for an example would be if you are spending money on 4 people for Christmas and you want to spend about $25 per person, then your base Christmas budget would come to $100. Now you realize that 2 of them are kids and you want to spend $50 on each of your kids, or each kid, that you would then add the extra $25, because $50 is $25 more than $25. And you also have 2 kids, so you'd be adding $50 extra to your budget. So then your base budget would be $150. Now the only thing you are missing after your base gift budget is other gift wrapping essentials. Like for instance, wrapping paper, boxes, bows, etc. And with that, you want to add that in, but you also don't want to forget that you might be buying items online, and so you'll have to be paying shipping to get them shipped to your house. And if you're not seeing these people in person, that you will have to ship the items out yourself, so then you'll be paying shipping on that as well. And I can't give you an exact number to figure out how to budget for the shipping costs, but that is because all of the shipping costs are very variable, and it's very much based on like the size of the item, how far you're shipping it, stuff like that, how fast you want it to get there. So I can't give you the exact amount, but I can say just make sure that you overestimate how much it's going to cost instead of underestimating, because you don't want to go into debt or to have it financially burden you because you underestimated how much shipping costs would be. The next thing you want to make sure you budget for is travel. You may be traveling farther to see your family than you have on a monthly basis, so you'll probably need to up your gas budget for Christmas time. People also like to drive around and look at Christmas lights around this time, so you'll also have to take into account that that is technically a free activity, but you still have to pay for the gas that you are going to be using while looking at the Christmas lights. Now, that probably isn't going to be that much extra for your gas budget, but if you are going for like hours, which in my area there's not, you can't drive around for hours looking at Christmas lights, but if you haven't, or if you are driving around for a couple of hours, or if you go multiple times in the season, then it might actually really affect your gas budget. So you just want to take that into account when thinking about these things. If you are traveling to see family and you are not driving, you will also have to take into account like the price of plane tickets. And also, if you aren't staying with your family when you get to the destination, you will also have to pay for hotels or other lodging, maybe like Airbnbs. And that, if you are not expecting, aka budgeting for, that can get very pricey and can really put you in a bad financial situation. And that is especially true if you are staying multiple nights. The next one is pretty self-explanatory, but decorations. If you buy stuff every year for Christmas to decorate your house, whether it be Christmas lights or home decor, or it's your first time ever decorating, that is going to be something that you have to budget for. The next thing is giving. It is the season of giving, and a lot of people want to give more or just start giving during this time. And the two examples that I can come up with for giving is people like to give to their church during Christmas time, whether it be more or, like I said, just start giving, or giving to a charity. Giving money is a wonderful thing, but you also don't want to be giving money away and putting yourself in a bad spot because of doing so. So with this idea, you want to make sure that you come up with if you can afford to give anything during this time and how much it would be. The next item is food. If you are hosting Christmas or you are bringing food to someone that is hosting Christmas, you should probably up your Christmas budget based on how much extra you're going to be spending on said Christmas food. Making cookies and gingerbread houses all cost money, so you need to take that into account as well. And especially if you are traveling to see family, there's a good chance you're also going to be eating out, so you also need to take that into account. The last two are items that I feel like people tend to forget the most. The next one only applies to people that are either hosting Christmas or have family spending the night, that your utilities, your utility bill might be a little higher than usual. If it's just one night, you might not notice, but the longer people stay, the more likely that there will be an increase in your utilities. Especially if you pay for water, that you're probably going to start noticing the longer that people stay there, that your water bill will be going up, because just one night you're probably not going to notice, but if someone stays a week or the whole month, that's when it's going to really be noticeable, because you're going to have extra people showering. And last but not least, entertainment. And by that I mean doing Christmas related things that cost money. Things like going and picking out a Christmas tree, making ornaments, going ice skating, sending out Christmas cards, all of those cost money. And with Christmas cards, you're not just budgeting for the photography itself, you're also budgeting for the cards and the postage and the envelopes that come along with that. Moral of the story is Christmas can get expensive if you're not keeping tabs on what you will be spending and what you have spent. Don't feel bad if you don't do one of these items on here or any of them. That's just one less thing you have to budget for. And if all of these numbers are scaring you, just know that you are less likely to go over budget, or at least go over budget less, if you make a plan and intentionally spend your money, as opposed to saying, I'm not gonna have the money, and then just throwing it on a credit card and thinking about it later. I hope this helped at least a little bit with setting up your Christmas budget. Leave a comment down below if I missed anything to help out your fellow viewers. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.